So let's take a look at the Skol & Co. Neo Grip for the Nintendo Switch. And there is some confusion going on around the internet about this grip, and I do want to clarify that up in this video because I've had this grip now for about a month now, and I can pretty much tell you everything there is to know about this grip and clear up some of the confusion some people are having regarding this Nintendo Switch grip. Keep in mind as well, I did buy this on Amazon and not their official site, and I did buy this fairly recently. I did buy it about a month ago in July of 2020, so I've had this for about a month now, I can say. And I did end up picking this grip up over other grips like Satisfy. I know Satisfy is one of the most popular brands when it comes to Switch grips, but the main reason I chose this Skol & Co. grip over the Satisfy grip is, one, you can actually dock this grip. Now there is a caveat to that, keep in mind, which I will explain later. And then on top of you being able to dock this thing, which I do like, is also the fact that you can use the kickstand in tabletop mode. Unlike the Satisfy grip, you can't use with the stand because it does block off the stand. And then another nice thing about this grip is the fact that it does have interchangeable grip sizes on the back of the grip, so you can change sizes according to your hand size or according to how you want to play, which is nice. And this thing does come in two different bundles. You can get the grip itself, which I do have here, which will run you $20, or you can get a more expensive bundle which does come with a carrying case for $40. If you travel around a lot, I really suggest buying that extra bundle with the extra carrying case, because with this grip on, it really won't fit in any other case you probably have laying around, so it's nice to have that extra carrying case if you need it. Personally, for me, I didn't need it, and there is kind of a trick you can do if you kind of want to use another carrying case that you may have laying around, but it's still not a permanent solution. You're better off so buying that extra bundle for $40 with the additional case. But here is the grip right here. I also did forget to mention this one grip right here will work with the original Switch, the V2 Switch, and the Switch OLED. It just won't work with the Switch Lite. I think they do make an extra grip if you do have a Switch Lite, but here it is. It does come in this white color. And then on the back, here's all the details about this grip. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read any of this information on the back. And then here's everything that comes with the grip. One, you do get a little clip which you will need to use on your Switch to make sure this thing is locked in and secured on your system. And then of course you do get the grip itself. Here is the grip itself. Everything that comes in this grip is going to be a plastic material. It does kind of flex, but keep in mind once it's installed on your Switch, it will be very sturdy. But here is the grip right here. From the factory, it already has two grip sizes installed on the back. They're called the trigger grips, so there they are right there. And then alongside that, you do get the different sizes of grips. They give you 3 different sizes. So 2 extra ones and the ones that are already included on the grip itself. So there they are right there. You got bigger ones and you got smaller ones right there. And then you got the middle ground, which are the trigger grips. And that's everything that comes in the box. I'm going to talk about the grip, and then I'm going to show you how to install it on the Switch, and then I'm going to talk about dockability, because there is a big caveat when it comes to dockability, and there is some confusion going on around about this grip. So here is the grip right here. And the nicest thing about this grip is, again, it does work with the original Switch, V2 Switch, and Switch OLED. The main way you actually make it work for the original Switch and V2 Switch is actually with the screws right there. You take out those screws, which are just Phillips head, and then you make this a little bit smaller, and then it will work for those switches, so no need to worry about a different grip, which is nice if you have multiple switches laying around, or if you just have the original Nintendo Switch laying around, it will work for that. The one I'm going to be demonstrating in this video is actually going to be my Switch OLED. And the nicest thing about this grip is the fact that it does have pretty good protection when it comes to the Switch being in here. So when you slide your Switch in here, it won't scratch the system, and it actually will not scratch the Joy-Cons as well, because you do see there is a lot of lining around here, which is pretty much rubber. But the rubber lining inside of here is absolutely great. And the thing is, you really want to be careful when buying this grip because there is an older version of this grip. If you don't see the two pads where the Joy-Cons go, then you pretty much have the older version of this grip. And not only could it scratch your Joy-Cons more easily if you don't have that padding, also apparently that grip that doesn't have the lining inside where the Joy-Cons go right there could actually not be dockable. Apparently, I have never had access to that grip, so I can't say personally, but from what I know is that grip's really not dockable. So if you don't see the lining where the Joy-Cons go, I would probably skip that one, honestly. And they did make this in two different other versions. I think they made this in a GameCube color and they made this in an Animal Crossing color. If you see some weird colors like the GameCube color or the Animal Crossing version, apparently those are the updated versions. And a lot of people were also asking, did they ever update the white normal version of this grip? I can safely say yes, because I just bought this in July of 2022 and this is the updated version of the original grip that came out during the time the OLED was coming out. This is the updated version. It's dockable and it has the new padding around the Joy-Con, so that's something that is nice. Now I'm going to show you how to actually install this on your Switch. Now the thing is, what they recommend is they actually recommend you taking off one of the Joy-Cons. So I'm going to go ahead and take off one of the Joy-Cons. Preferably they suggest in the manual to take off the right one. I don't think it actually matters which Joy-Con you take off, but if you want to do it per manual, you take off the right Joy-Con and then you install it while one of the Joy-Cons is actually out of the actual grip. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. It just slides in. And it does feel very nice, and I can confirm I've taken it out multiple times and it doesn't leave any marks or anything weird on your Nintendo Switch. That rubber really does protect your Switch. And then once that's in, you do put the Joy-Con in next. Just keep in mind that the Joy-Con is going to be a tight fit. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's still relatively new, or maybe it's supposed to be a tight fit, but it is a tight fit. Don't worry about the tight fit damaging your Switch or damaging the rails or the Joy-Cons or anything like that. It is okay. It's just going to be a pretty tight fit. I think before that, actually, you're supposed to put the clip on, actually, so it won't move around. Okay, I snapped it in. But yes, please put on the clip before you put on the extra Joy-Con, because it does move around. But there it is right there. It's in the grip right now. And then what you want to do is on the back, you actually want to put that little clip in. Here's the clip that does come in the box right there. And it just slides in. It doesn't have a lock or anything like that. You should be able to hear a little click though. And you want to make sure your thumb's pushing the grip up this way. Yeah, you hear the click right there, and it's pretty much secure, and the Switch ain't gonna go anywhere. You can see it is very secure right there. Now let's actually talk about the docking situation, because the docking situation is actually very interesting. I don't know how the docking situation would be if you had an original Switch. I can't really say for that, but keep in mind I do have a Switch OLED. So let's go ahead and bring up the docks. So here's the dock that does come with the Switch OLED. Here it is right here, and I can tell you, of course, the Switch is dockable. Keep in mind it's not powered on or anything like that. It's not connected to the wall, but I can tell you it does work very good. It doesn't feel too rough in the dock, or it doesn't feel too tight or anything like that, and it does go down very nice and very good. And the light does come on when I actually have it powered on the wall. Just take my word for that. And the nice thing is, as well as, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on my unit, and you can see it does still go in very nice. I will say it doesn't move as much as it would if it didn't have the grip on and the screen protector on, but what I can say is it's not going to break the Switch or damage the Switch or anything like that, and you can use it just like this every time you want to play in the dock, and then you just pop it out real quick like this, and it's good to go, and that's something I do enjoy. However, I did mention there is a caveat, and there is a caveat to this. The caveat is, for some reason, if you have a Switch OLED and you have another dock laying around that's a original Switch dock, it will not work with this dock for some reason. And you guys know the Switch OLED is out of the box already capable of using the original Switch dock and the Switch OLED dock, so it's kind of weird that this will dock in the original Switch or this will dock in the OLED dock, but it won't dock in the original Switch dock, which I thought was kind of odd. You may not see this on camera, but it just will not go down. It just stops right there, and I can't push it any farther down. If I was to push it any farther down, it would actually break. It is kind of going up at an angle, as you can see, but yes, I would not recommend trying to push it down. Again, I don't know how the situation is with the original Nintendo Switch, because of course this grip is compatible with the original Nintendo Switch. But yeah, there it is right there. So just keep in mind, if you have an OLED Switch and you have multiple docks laying around, it may not be compatible, or it's not compatible with the original Switch dock, and I don't know why that is. But yeah, there it is right there. And then, like I said before, on the back is you still have access to your kickstand, which is a nice feature. And then, of course, the biggest thing with this grip is the fact that you do have interchangeable grip sizes. I'm just going to show you how to change the grips. All you want to do is take your hand and slide it down, and then these grips will come off. You can see there's one, there's two, and the grips are off. You can also play the Switch like this if you don't want the grips attached to your Switch at all, but it will feel kind of funny, and it will kind of defeat the purpose of buying this in the first place. Oh, and I did forget to mention as well with this grip, unlike playing with the Switch without a grip, it does make the Switch not only more nicer to play in handheld mode, it also makes the Switch more sturdier, because as you know, there is two gaps in between the Joy-Cons and the railings, and it's not all one solid piece. And this pretty much solves that problem of having one solid piece as a unit, because this pretty much covers up both of them, makes it one solid piece, which is nice. So you don't have the Joy-Cons moving around as you're playing, which is nice. But then you take any other grip size and you pretty much just pop it on. And the nice thing is with this grip, you do actually have words on the back. Right, it'll say on one of the Joy-Con, on one of the grip sizes, and then it'll say right on the actual grip itself. And then you just take it and plop it on. You do kind of have to line it up, but once it's lined up, it goes on very easily, and there's no problem with that. Another nice thing about this grip as well, you can mix and match grips, which a lot of people actually don't talk about. And there it is right there. The other grips are on here, and it does feel very secure and very sturdy in the hand. I did forget to mention one big thing. You may think that it makes the Switch heavier. Absolutely not. It does not make the Switch heavier. With the grips on and with the Switch without the grips, you can't even notice the difference in the actual weight of the system. I'm not going to sit here and lie though. It does make the Switch much more bigger. It just doesn't make it much more heavier, which you would think would be the case, but no, you can't notice the weight at all. And it does feel very sturdy and very secure. This thing almost feels way better with this grip on and with it connected to the Switch than before, just because of course the Switch wasn't all one piece, and yeah, it never felt comfortable in the first place. Another thing to note as well is some people were actually saying that this grip is not as comfortable as the Satisfy grip because it's like at an angle. But the thing is, with this grip, you can actually kind of make it the Satisfy grip. If you put the pulse grips on the back, the ones that I just had on the back, they're called pulse grips. If you put a pulse grip on the right side and then you put a trigger grip on the left side, apparently that's supposed to simulate the same feeling you would get on a Satisfy grip, because a Satisfy grip is on an off angle. But that's something, again, I do like about this grip. You can change grips and you can have different sides on different. So you can see right here I have a trigger grip on the left and I have a pulse grip on the right of the actual thing. And like I said, again, apparently that's supposed to simulate the Satisfy grip if you want more of a Satisfy grip feeling on the actual grip itself. And for older cases, you may be wondering how this works with older cases. You can actually use it with older cases. However, you cannot really have any grips on it. So what you want to do is take the grips off. Oh, there goes the grip. You take the grips off, and you can actually still put it in older cases. Would I recommend this as a solution? No, not really, because you can't really take these accessories around with you. I guess depending on how big your machine is. If you use the smaller grips, I found you can actually put it in these cases quite easily. And in my case, you do actually have a spot where you can put accessories, and sometimes, like these grips for instance, the smaller grips will fit in here, and then I can close this up like I did before, and then I'm good to go with this case. And you can see it is in this case, but still not really a great solution, especially since you have to keep taking off the grips if you want to actually use it with certain cases. Let me go ahead and put the smaller grips on this grip. Keep in mind as well This is not really a solution. Also, if you want to actually protect your Nintendo Switch, it will still protect it more than with this thing off of the Switch. But it's not really a great case, to be honest. It's just nice that it will protect the sides of the Switch. You can see right here it'll protect it, right here it'll protect it, and things like that. So if you drop it, it'll still be slightly more covered. And you can see those grips are on my unit right now. They're there. And then I can actually put it in this case and then close it up, and then still be able to close it up, and there it is right there. It does fit perfectly in this case. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this grip. I highly recommend this grip. Even if you're not a person who thinks you need a grip, I would still recommend it because it makes the Switch much more solid, and it just feels a little bit more premium and a little bit more better off with this grip. And considering the price of this grip, it's absolutely a steal at like $20. Again, keep in mind I bought mine on Amazon. I don't know how it would be if you ordered off their website, and I don't know which grip you would actually get on their website. Would you get this updated version with the padding on the side and the dockability, or would you still get the old one? I'm assuming you would get the version 2 white one that they updated, which is nice because, again, apparently the original one that they released around the OLED one was not dockable, and it was a little bit more thicker, and it just didn't have the same padding as well. It was just not that great, so I wouldn't really recommend that. If you find these used as well, I'd probably skip it unless you absolutely can see the padding on the sides to know that this is a V2 version of this one, or if it's the Animal Crossing version, or if it's the GameCube version, go ahead and buy it. But overall, I'm very satisfied with this grip, and I actually like this grip, and I can highly recommend this grip. It's definitely a very good grip for your Nintendo Switch. Anyway guys, that's Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.